Okay, we're recording. Okay, so thank you all so much for hopping on the call. You guys have no idea how excited I am to get you all on a call because I want you to know that you have such an amazing leader in Twyla. She has like jumped in and just truly given this her heart and soul and gone for it. And I can honestly say like I've never had anybody just jump in and just really put their heart into it and let go of all of their um, worry and just and go for it and see this for what it is, and that is the opportunity for yourself and your family to work on your health and wellness, but then to help other people. And that's, like I said, near and dear to my heart, and I know it is Twyla's too. So you guys have an amazing leader in Twyla. She's like a natural. I want you to know that she just all this just flows from her. So Twyla, I'm so proud of you. And I'm so excited to have your downline on a call. I think it's pretty freaking amazing that we have a call with 5 to 6 people on it. That's just your downline. That's amazing. I want you to know that. So I know Twyla has talked about you guys are maybe wanting a little bit of help with wording for your invites, wording for your posts. So we're going to definitely hop into that tonight, and we'll try to keep it, short and sweet to give you guys the information so you can ask questions and then get on with your night. But I just want to say I'm proud of each and every one of you. Thank you for showing up in our challenge group and making that a brighter place. And I'm excited to dive deeper into coaching with you guys. So we have Tabitha on the call with us tonight, which is a huge treat. I'm so glad you made time on your Sunday night for us, Tabitha. So thank you. I'm going to hand it over to her, and I want you guys to start thinking about what your vision is for coaching. And hi. I kind of want you to think about what your visions and your goals are for coaching. I want you to think of maybe short term, and then like, what if you couldn't fail? I want you to start laying that groundwork in your head. If you could not fail, what would your goal be for coaching? So start thinking about that. And there's no right or wrong answer, you guys. It can be whatever you want it to be. Maybe your goal is to show up for you and be consistent. Maybe your goal is to help other people show up and be consistent. Maybe you see this opportunity that Twyla's had to make extra income, and you're like, yeah, I want to do that. What a blessing, So there's no right or wrong answer. I can tell you my vision has changed and shifted over the years as I've coached, and it still morphs and changes today. So is that Ollie? So I'm going to hand it over to Tabitha real quick, and then I promise we will get into the wording. So Tabitha, when you're done with your portion, I'm going to have you go ahead and type in the chat box an invite that you normally would send. Okay. And I'll type in an invite that I would normally send, and then you guys can copy and paste it to your notes to have it to tweak for whatever person that you're presenting this opportunity to. So we'll definitely do that for you today. I'm going to mute myself. Tabitha, you can unmute and go for it.
Okay, awesome. I'm hoping that my internet is fixed. So this will be a test because we have calls tomorrow night, and I've literally had to skip kind of calls for a week because of this. So is it coming in okay? Is it? Okay, good. So I'll just dive in, just briefly sharing a little bit about the first thing I want you guys to think about is I want you to think about the growth that you will have and the growth that you are about to have. Because if I could go back to the person I was 6 years ago, and I actually had this conversation with my brother's girlfriend, they were just over a little bit ago, and she's a new coach, and she was like, and I know she wouldn't care if I shared this with you guys, but she's like, I'm kind of quiet. And she's like, I feel like people are intimidated by me because I'm quiet, but it's actually the fact that I'm really intimidated by people. So I kind of have this resting, like, bee face, is what she said. She's like, and I don't mean to, but I just I kind of get anxiety and stuff. So she's like, I'm kind of thrown off on how when I go to reach out to people, right? Because we are our own worst critics, and we are always thinking of what if they think this, or what if they think that, or whatever, instead of thinking, what if they absolutely need this in their life? And what if I could change their life? And what if I could, if I would have never, ever reached out to Jessica Survey, and I'm not saying this to be like, oh, I'm amazing because I reached out to Jessica Survey, but had I not reached out to her, like, I don't know where, if she would have lost 50 pounds, I don't know if she would have she wouldn't have probably necessarily helped so many people on her journey and all of this, because you never know who you're going to hit with an invite that, like she was talking about Twyla. A lot of times we don't sign coaches up that are self-starters, driven, jumping in and just doing the things. And so when you find somebody like that, who's like you, who lights your fire, that is what is going to drive you. Like, that's the thing that's going to really help you guys to stay, when you get someone who's like, yes, thank you so much for messaging me. Thank you so much for not giving up on me. When you reach out to them time and time again, because you're going to hit a point, and I'm just being honest, I'm not being negative, but you're going to hit a point where you might feel a little stuck, because don't we feel stuck in our nutrition? Don't we feel stuck in our fitness sometimes, right? So I want you guys to think about the growth that you're about to have, that you've maybe already had, but I just want to tell you, it's absolutely incredible, the growth that you're going to have with this, if you treat this like it's your job, or if you treat it like it's like you're super excited about it and that you want to make a difference. If you have that mindset of, no matter how many no's I get and no matter how many invites I send, but I just want to be consistent. I just want to be that person who shows up and has some value. And do you know how many people will come up to me and they will say, like, I had my sister's bridal shower yesterday, and there's a lady who's a family friend, but I don't see her very often, but I love her dearly. She gave me a huge hug and she's like, I just love your posts. I just love, blah, blah, blah. And it was so sweet, because I'm just like, I had no idea she felt that way really about my posts. I didn't know I was reaching her in such a positive way. And so I want you to not ever, ever discount the impact that you could have on people, okay, with your consistency and just the fact that you want to make a difference. So with that being said, I think we should talk briefly about setting, and I just want to go this direction, and then we'll talk about invites, and Jess, you can go wherever you want, but let's briefly talk about setting up your week for success, because Sunday night's the night that, okay, we have this week ahead of us. So what do we want to create? What do we want to do? Is there an income goal? And it's not always about income, but it's is there a certain amount of people you want to just get the word yes out of? Is there something on your mind and on your heart that you want to share this week on social media that will help you to relate with other people? What's it going to look like? Okay, so I want you guys to focus on tonight doing a post. This is what I would recommend you doing. Sunday nights are the best night to post on social media, and we say that so many times, but it's so true. So I want you guys to think of something that you can share tonight on social media. It would be good to do a call to action post, and we can give some ideas if you guys want. If you need some call to action posts, or just basically an open invite. It's just like with invites, we don't want to make it difficult. A call to action post is a post that you're sharing about you. You're sharing a piece of your story. You're sharing a piece of your heart, inspiration, whatever. And then at the end, you're simply just reaching out your hand to say, if you've ever felt this way, if you've, if you're needing accountability, I got you. I'm always here for you. I'm only a message away. It's literally so simple. It's just that you're letting people know that they can always reach out to you. Do you think you're going to have a lot of people reaching out to you by saying that? Maybe not, but maybe. And maybe it's just one person, and maybe it's two, and maybe it's zero. But the point is that they know that when you invite them, they know what you've been doing, or they kind of know what you've been doing. They see you as somebody who's saying I'm doing this, I'm showing up, and no matter what, and it's just part of your consistency, right? So sometimes people post because they want to be accountable. Sometimes coaches post like the motive behind their posts sometimes, or just being accountable. Like every single day, if I'm posting something after my workout, it's because I'm holding my own self accountable, but I'm also inviting people to join me. So Sunday nights are great nights for call to action posts. So I would think about that. I would just keep it simple, but I would just let your heart out on your post. So that's the one thing tonight. And then I want you guys to also just think about, so tomorrow night's our team call. I'm doing a new coach check-in call tomorrow at 7, and then we're doing an actual big team call at 7:30. So for all new coaches or any coach who wants to do a check-in tomorrow, jump on at 7. I'll share the link. So we know that's tomorrow night. And then we know that we have a glow up call on Thursday nights for all Emeralds. So it's different things like that. Like pay attention to what our team's doing so you can see what trainings are out there for you, because we're constantly just trying to help you guys move forward in a way that will benefit you and your goals. Write your goals down this week. What is it? What are your goals? Like I said, business goals, but also fitness and your own goals. And are you reading like out of your book? Like I'm just holding this book up because it's sitting here, but are you reading out of your book? Do you have a designated time slot each day that you're trying to get some reading done to feed your mind? And making sure you're doing your tracker. Like how to set up your week is like literally, are you going to do your tracker? Like, are you committing to your tracker every single day? And do you have your ongoing list of people that you might be following up with? Like, are you tracking and keeping track of names and that sort of thing? So I'm going to do my invite thing on here for you, and then I'll turn this over to Jess. And like I said, we can go any direction that we want to go with this call. But I just think that Sundays are such a good day to like really get in the mindset of being excited about a new week, new goals, thinking about just who can I get started this week, and how am I gonna just show up, for these people on my stories and on my posts and that sort of thing. And really maybe just increasing your game a little. And when I say that, I mean, like, okay, did you send a few invites last week? Okay, so how can you maybe just show up a little bit more this week? And it's not in a, like, you need to do more, but we know it's a numbers game. So how can we show up authentically more for people? And how can we just kind of like double maybe what we did last week? Because we know that results are going to depend on the amount of invites we're sending and the amount of basically your consistency is huge. And were you consistent last week? I mean, I hope so, but I know I was, but I know I could have done better. I know there's things that I could have done better. So it's good to reflect last week and then set goals based on what last week looked like for you, because it will seriously just completely change your business. And that's part of your growth, because when you multiply what you did last week, maybe invites or posts or showing up, guess what? You're showing up more, and you're almost upping your effort, which is going to what? It's going to pay itself forward, because you're going to see a bigger result. You're going to see that you're reaching more people. You're starting more conversations, and you're having more people to follow up with. Because when we create conversations, the idea is like, we want to create, like with invites, okay, we want to create a ton of conversations, because those are the things that just keep us, like I always tell coaches, if you haven't sent invites like in a few days, maybe you took a break or whatever, it's harder to jump back in and do invites, because you almost feel like you have not been really actively talking to people. So, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like, it's okay. Your business is still there. You don't need to be like freaking out. You just need to pick back up where you left off. But my point is, you feel a little bit out of touch. It's like if you skip a workout for 3 days, you feel kind of like you've lost a little momentum, right? So it's so important to keep up like these conversations, and to just keep kind of keep the ball rolling, with your tracker and with your to-dos and the things that we're showing you guys to do. Because I'm telling you, you're gonna just be blown away by the response that you get by your consistency. Okay, Jess, I'm gonna
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for sharing. And like Tabitha said, your call to actions, your consistency, sharing your journey, or even, and I know maybe like some people love the social media aspect of it. It's okay to do that bit by bit in real life too. But doing that, showing up, posting, sharing your journey, and that consistency, it turns into the foundation of your business, because maybe that one person that saw your invite 6 months ago, or that one person that saw your call to action last week, you're going to be the person that they go to when they're ready. Because and like I said, I'm not trying to be negative here, but when you reach out to people and ask them to join you, you're going to get a lot of no's, and that's okay. I think that that's hard sometimes, because like we're like, man, this is amazing, and this has been such a life-changing thing for me. Why wouldn't he or she or whoever want to do this with me? But it just means not right now. Now's not the right time for them. And I've had so many no's come back to me and say, thank you for continuing to invite me. I'm ready to jump in. Thank you for never giving up on me. It really meant a lot. That's what that turns into. It turns into relationships and friendships, and people in turn that you'll get to help on your coaching journey then. So let's jump in a little bit to the invites. So the first thing I want to challenge you guys to do is to write your goals down, like I said, short-term, long-term, and ask yourself that question. Like, if I could not fail, what would I want to do with coaching? What would my goals be? So I want you to write those 3 goals down: short-term goal, long-term goal, and then maybe that third goal intertwines with both of those. But if I could not fail, what would I do with this? What would I want to see? What's my vision for this business? Oh no, Rachel, I hope your phone's okay. Mine's been dropped so many times, I'm pretty sure that's why I drop calls all the time. Anyway, get those to myself or Twyla. You can even, if you feel comfortable enough, you can even like share them in the coach thread, the coach helpline thread. Because I do want you to for sure at least be accountable to myself or Twyla. Of course, Twyla, with your goals, because that's just going to help us to help you reach those goals. Because I know when I first started coaching, it was nice to have somebody just walk with me and keep me accountable and help me. So that's your first number one thing. And then I would really, strongly encourage you guys to share a post tonight about your journey or what you want your week, just anything that's on your heart. And I know Twyla wanted me to chat with you guys about how I share my journey. So for me personally, I have found the best success with talking about what I'm doing by explaining it a little more literally. When I use the word Beachbody or Shakeology or energize or recover, I find that a lot of people don't know what that is. A, they don't know what it is, or B, they think they know what it is and they make a decision about it without even really thinking too much about it. So what I found works best is when in my post or in real life, because I talk a lot, I have a lot of I do still, because I see people at the hospital, even through lockdown. But I'm talking about when we start to integrate a little bit more and see people, even in real life, you're going to have these conversations because people are going to be asking you, wow, what are you doing? And, so anyway, I find that it's best if I explain things like, my at-home workouts, my on-demand workouts. It's so funny. I had this girl post on social media the other day. She's like, what's your favorite or what's your go-to like diet and exercise routine? So I just posted underneath, because of course everyone's posting, right? And I just posted underneath. I'm like, I've used this amazing nutrition program with portion control and clean eating choices, so I still get to enjoy myself. And then we have these on-demand workouts, and they're amazing. And I've lost 50 pounds. And this girl replied under me. She's like, AKA Beachbody. Like, she was kind of rude about it. Like, you could tell she was just like, I'm like, yeah, it is Beachbody. It's been so amazing. Thanks. Yeah. And I just responded like nothing was wrong. But here's the deal. She knows about it. She's heard about it. But what if 5 other people reading that think, A, that Beachbody's just the workouts, or Beachbody's just Shakeology, or Beachbody is something that so-and-so used and it didn't work for them. When in reality, they're like, whoa, this girl lost 50 pounds. This girl's been doing this for 5 years. This sounds like awesome. So that's why I share it like that. I try not to use the word Beachbody or Shakeology or Recover. I try not to use the word, and I try to just explain it as simply as I can in my sentence. So the same thing with the shakes. I say my superfood shake, or I'll say my survival juice for Energize, or whatever it might be. My mom crack. Lots of people call it mom crack. So I know Twyla, it's like her afternoon fix. Like she's must have Energize in the afternoon to function, is how Twyla feels. So if you need help with that wording, I can drop that in our chat box too. Oh, how is the berry? I haven't gone to get mine from Ashley, Tabitha. Oh, she hasn't tried it yet either. Okay, has anybody tried the berry? I need to get you girls a sample. So that, Tabitha, if you get a second, because I decided that it would be really a good idea to put these really long nails on my fingers and I can't type with them. Like,
Yes, what?
Can you type in how you word, just some examples for them of how they can talk about Beachbody shake all, like I use superfood shake. I use at-home workouts. I use my plant-based post-workout. Like,
Okay, do you want, I like seriously think voice clips are like the greatest thing on earth. I think that this business has sort of burnt me out on like texting, because it's like a lot of texting if you are explaining something, but I can try to type it out. I just kind of follow the same routine as far as like, I think it's important to share. Like, I feel like when I used to do invites, I used to do them a little different. Like I would kind of give them all the information, and there's no right or wrong way. That's why I think we overthink the invite process. We think, okay, there's this right way, and then I don't want to scare them, and I don't want to this or that, but it's okay, because the bottom line is if they're interested, even in the slight bit, maybe they're going to like the information that you give them, whether it's layering it in, whether it's all at one time, or however, like you're going to say it. So I'm sorry, do you want me to try to type it out, or do you want me to kind of just explain?
no,
because I know not everybody does voice.
No,
and that's okay.
I just did it while you were talking. Okay, so in the chat box, I want you guys to be able to copy and paste and have things in your notes. I just wanted them to have some examples in their notes. So I kind of just gave a couple examples of how I talk about it. But Tabitha's right. I mean, just share. Like, you're not going to do it right or wrong. I have just found the best way for me to share is to explain it in 1 or 2 words, and so they know what it is, instead of maybe saying a word that like we're used to hearing, like energize or recover, that they maybe don't know what it is. So in my invite, what's that, Tab?
Sorry, I feel like the best way I found to share, like I do love those terminologies for energize, like on my stories, like to call it like even to do a poll, like, do you feel like you need to pick me up in the afternoon? Who doesn't, like different things like that, to where you're not necessarily being like energize, but you're like, maybe you're holding up your drink and you're just saying like, my pick me up. Do you feel like you need one too? Or do you feel like you need an afternoon pick me up? But I found to talk about energize, like my favorite way is to basically just say what it is. Like, because of course I explain Shakeology, but then I go straight into energize, because I like to sort of put the supplements in kind of together and start talking about them. And I'm like, we have an amazing clean-based pre-workout, and I can type that, but we have an amazing clean-based pre-workout made from green tea. And not only, I always say, and not only is it an amazing pre-workout, but it's an amazing boost in the afternoon. It's completely clean and safe. So unlike a lot of other pre-workouts, because if people have taken pre-workouts, they know that they're SHIT. Okay, a lot of them are very, like, whatever ingredients are in them, I don't care, because I'm not here to compare my product with theirs, but all I know is that it's like crap in their supplement. And without me telling them that, I don't need to tell them that. I don't need to tell them that there's unless they want to say like, oh, I already have a pre-workout, I might ask them like, okay, cool. Like, what is it? I'm just curious because I'm a big ingredient person and I pay attention to like what's in my stuff. So I just would be open. I was wondering if you'd be open in seeing what is in this, because I've never found a pre-workout that's as clean as this. So when you share it in ways like that, I feel like it kind of gives them a few nuggets, like who doesn't need a boost? Who doesn't need a pick me up? Who doesn't like a clean product? You know, like, because we see clean and natural all over every product because that's what people want to use. They want to use that terminology, and it's like junk. So anyways, I'm sorry. I hope that kind of helped, but I'm going to type out my verbiage about how I talk about the pre-workout. Because sometimes people are intrigued by like mom crack or mom survival juice, but sometimes people aren't even going to care about that. They're going to be like, whatever. But maybe they are interested in knowing that this pre-workout's made from green tea. Like, it doesn't get any more clean than that. So anyways, I'm sorry, go for it.
Yes, perfect. I love that. So that's she's going to shoot you an idea. And then in the coach thread, I'm going to share with you some of the invites that I send and some of the follow-ups that I send. But basically, I keep it short and sweet. I say, for the initial invite, I say, hey there, thanks so much for watching my stories. I'm not sure if you caught it, but we just started our June fitness group. Would you want to hop in with us? I'd be glad to send you some information to see if it would be a good fit, ? It's like the tiniest paragraph. You're saying hi, you're thanking them. Sometimes I'll even say like, I love connecting on here. Whatever it might be. So we'll share some good sample invites in the in that coach helpline. And then, okay, Katrina, I want to answer your question. The people who already have Beachbody, but I'm gonna try that out. Those people who already have, okay, type me your question again, Katrina. I'm so sorry. But that's how I invite people. I reach out to people that have been watching my story on my stories, have been liking or commenting on my posts. And then for those of you that are just starting, I really encourage you to make a list of at least 50 people, if not 100, that come right into your head. I'm not telling you to invite them right now or even in a week. But I think the people that are in your brain that come to your head, it's important to write them down and document them, because those are the people that you're going to go to. And I would even like pick your top 10. Who are the top 10 people you want to work with? Who are the top 10 people you want to help? And then we can help you reach out to them, or you can reach out to them. So this business isn't solely social media. You can totally do this in person. Normally we would do a shake and share party, and I would come to Twyla's house and we would all get together and we would just have fun, and we would look at the on demand and we would make shakes, and we can totally do that because there are some people that are comfortable with that. So if you all are comfortable with that, I'm happy to do a party like that. That just depends on how you guys feel through this transition into being around each other a little bit more. So Twyla, have we kind of hit, so we have like about 7 minutes left because my Zoom will time us out at 40 minutes. Did we hit the high points? Is there anything you want us to go over? Because I have another couple of things to say, but I want to make sure that I hit what you wanted me to hit. Yes? Okay, perfect. So I also want to encourage you guys to use Twyla, to use myself, Tabitha. Ask us questions. The way we started this, the way I started this is I asked Tabitha lots of questions. I needed help with wording. I needed help with what do I say to this person. So that's what we're here for. We're here to help you do that. We're here to talk you through things, because what you're going to find is that as you're this light to all these people, as you're this positivity to these people, people are going to reach out to you and they're going to share things with you that you're like, wow, thank you for sharing that with me. That was really personal. Or I can't tell you how many times people have told me such personal things when it's our first interaction together. And it's because they trust us because of our transparency and how real we are and how real we show up. Now, I never want you to do anything you're uncomfortable with as far as posts, but I do find that the more that I share what's really going on in my life, like the other night, I had a great day. It was the day of our coach sneak peek. It really went well. But just with this whole house thing, we just put an offer in on this house, and it's a huge fixer upper, and it's stretching our budget, and I'm scared. Like, and I'm not going to share that just yet until we get closer to closing. But I literally like had this release at the end of my workout. When I got done, I just bawled. And I'm like, wow. So I thought it was important to share that, like, I have bad days too. And it makes it, I think it just showed people like, okay, I just want people to know, like, as much as I show up as a positive person on here, I have rough days too, and it's okay. And I really don't know tomorrow's going to be better. That's the only choice. So anyway, that's kind of how I share, like, what's on my heart, because as soon as I got done crying, I was like, okay, I need to share this. I need to share about this and be real about this. And I already had like messages in my inbox, like, thanks for just being so transparent. And, so people are going to feel that with you as you share your journey and what is your truth, because it's different for all of us, right? Like, what our journey is, what this means to us. So anyway, I hope that helps. I wanted to show you guys something real quick. We have about 4 minutes left. I'm going to share this screen, and I'm going to show you the business activity tracker. So please don't feel overwhelmed by this. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. So I just brought it up, but now I don't know where it is. Don't you love it? Here it is. Okay. So this is a great resource for you if you're wanting to make sure you're checking the boxes and doing the things every day to build your business, okay? So this is in I believe we uploaded this to our team page, didn't we, Tab? So this is in the file section of the Fearlessly Free page. I encourage you all to download it, print it out, and use it. It's good for a week. It shows that, hey, proof of like what we do works and is amazing, connections we make. And we can have a whole call on this Success Club tracker, okay? But I encourage you guys to look at it and use this as your guide, and be consistent with it, and you're going to see a change in your business. And I like it because it just is such an easy way to track things. So I just wanted you all to see that. Take a chance to look through it in the team page, and let us know if you have any questions. But I just wanted to say thanks for getting on, guys. Tabitha, is there anything else? I just asked her this and she just put a bite of food in her mouth. I'm so sorry. I want to thank you guys for getting on a Sunday night. I'm so excited. I need to look at the chat box too. I'm so sorry. I'm not ignoring you guys, I promise.
No, I can't think of anything else to say besides just like keep swimming, keep going, keep trying to move forward. Like, you're if you feel like you're stuck ever, you're not. Like, you just feel that way because we just are not, we're human. And sometimes if things don't feel like they're moving, right, we just automatically are like, okay, this is hard, and everybody does Beachbody, or there's too many coaches, or I don't know enough people, or blah, 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 or nobody's liking my stuff, or whatever. It's not that. It's literally just that you need to keep swimming and keep going and keep trusting the process and keep like showing up so that people do trust you, because they will come to you. Like, when they are struggling, even if you invited them 10 times and they said no, guess who they're going to probably most likely come to when they need help? It's you. Because you never gave up on them and because you showed up. And I think we might do a call. I know we have less than a minute, but I think we should maybe do a call on like objections, because I think sometimes that gets intimidating when you get an objection in a conversation and you're like, shoot, I don't know which way to go. Like, I don't know how to kind of like, do I just stop? Do I keep, so we might dive into that soon, because I know that's a struggle.
And does anybody have any questions for us? And yes, Katrina, I see what you're saying now. Yes. So as you share, so Katrina's like, yeah, like when Twyla started doing this, I thought it was for people that already had it, but look at you, like you're jumping in and you're doing this. I'm so proud of you girls. Seriously, you guys light my fire every day, and I am not kidding you. You guys are amazing, and I'm so grateful for you. I hope you know that from the bottom of my heart. Does anybody have any questions real quick? And then let's do like a quick boomerang because I want to see smiling faces and your baby face is so cute.
Okay, you better hurry. You better hurry because this might shut you off.
Okay. Okay, girls. Well, reach out in the coach helpline with any questions, and then let's smile. Okay, I'll tag you all. I got it. Thank you for getting on. I will drop a few other things in the coach helpline. Tabitha, thanks for being with us.
No problem.
Hi, baby. Hi. Okay. Hi, Katrina.
Bye.
We'll talk
See
soon.
you guys.
Okay?
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.